Hey, what's happening, Disco Vids? Me, the Disco01, and welcome to this week's first episode on the Walkthrough channel. This week, it's Bret, the Hitman Hart, against Adam Cole, baby. It is our weekly birthday versus, and we actually only had two birthdays this week. Those two birthdays being Bret Hart and Adam Cole. Bret Hart's birthday being on July 2nd. He turned 66, and Adam Cole's birthday being July 5th, turning 34. So we got a lot to get through this episode. Got Money in the Bank, Raw and SmackDown. A lot of stuff happened on each show, so let's jump right in. First off with Money in the Bank, Cody Rhodes defeated Dominic Mysterio. In the women's tag team title match that saw Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez face the champions Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. Shayna Baszler double-crossed Ronda Rousey and attacked her, costing them the tag titles, and crowning Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez the new women's tag team champions. So not only do we have new champions, but now we also got a new feud that we'll be getting with Ronda versus Shayna, which that should be fun. Gunther beat Matt Riddle to retain the Intercontinental Championship, getting him one step closer to becoming the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion of all time. But then, Drew McIntyre made his return to WWE after being gone for several months and even rumored to be leaving the company not too long ago. Drew came out and stared down Gunther. Now that's another match. I mean, if the Ronda-Shayna feud wasn't kind of, exciting enough, getting Drew versus Gunther over the Intercontinental title, that's going to be fun. Especially if, Drew's allowed to do, with Gunther what he did with, Sheamus this past few years. So that should be a fun feud and definitely a fun match at SummerSlam. Moving on to the Money in the Bank matches, Io Sky won the women's Money in the Bank match. She was probably the favorite, I'd say, going in. And for the men's Money in the Bank match, it came down to Damian Priest and LA Knight. The fans were 100% behind LA Knight winning the title, or not the title, winning the briefcase, but instead it was Damian Priest who got the briefcase down and won Money in the Bank. Which, not a bad decision. I'd say Priest was probably the second favorite to win, behind LA Knight. So it's not like people are going to be upset about Priest winning. If anything, they'll just be upset about LA Knight not winning, if that makes sense. But if LA Knight was, not going to win, I think the fans would be like, okay, if LA Knight doesn't win, at least Priest won, that kind of thing. Seth Rollins beat Finn Balor to retain the World Heavyweight Championship. Literally during the match, Damian Priest came down and kind of taunted cashing in right then and there, but ended up not. But once again, this is something that people have complained about with Money in the Bank in the past few years. No one holds the briefcase that long anymore. I mean, it's become a regular occurrence to cash in on the same night. It's happened, 4 or 5 times now? Where the person wins Money in the Bank and then literally cashes in that night. And here we again see another, that almost happening again. But anyway, yeah, Seth Rollins beat Finn Balor to retain, and then we went to the main event, which saw Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa take on the Usos, and the Usos actually ended up coming out on top, with Jey Uso pinning Roman Reigns in the middle of the ring, becoming the first person in over 3.5 years to pin Roman Reigns, which is crazy. Of all the people that to break that streak, it's Jey, but at the same time, there's no one more deserving than Jey. That's the power of storytelling right there. Like, if you told someone, let's say 5 years ago, 2018, that Roman Reigns would go basically on a 3-year, almost undefeated streak as World Heavyweight Champion, and the person to break that streak was Jey Uso, no one will believe you. I mean, they probably wouldn't even believe you if you said that Reigns would go virtually undefeated for 3 years, or hold the title for 3 years, more or less. And yet it's happening. Oh no. Ow. Cool. Moving on to Raw. Raw began with Cody Rhodes confronting Seth Rollins. It seemed like we were going to get a promo between the two of them. Maybe Cody challenging Seth for the world title. But before either of them could say a word, Brock Lesnar's music hit. The Beast came out to confront Cody Rhodes, who met him on the ramp. The two of them engaged into a brawl, which saw Cody actually gain the upper hand and taking Brock out. Which I guess is a small bit of retribution for the past, 3 times that they've brawled with each other or faced each other in any sense, and Brock came out on top. But yeah, so and something else I guess go mentioned, what was expected to be one of the big talking points with Money in the Bank was the return of John Cena, who returned to confront Austin Theory, and what was literally nothing more than just a brief promo. That was really it. I don't think there was really any physicality. They were basically Cena basically just confronted Austin Theory, insulted him a little bit, and then that was it. And, Cena then didn't appear on either Raw or SmackDown, so I guess it was just a one-off thing. Which was weird, but okay. So yeah, you got Drew McIntyre returning at Money in the Bank, John Cena making an appearance, and then Brock Lesnar returning on Raw. That's when you know you're in a good spot. That's when you know you're on the road to SummerSlam. The stars are out. Oh. Ow. Oh no. Oh no. Alright, stop showboating. Here we go. My turn. Moving on with Raw, Damian Priest beat Shinsuke Nakamura. Shayna Baszler confronted Ronda Rousey before the two of them engaged into a short brawl, which ended with Baszler taking Ronda's head off with a running knee, which Ronda sold like a champ. Ow. Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green won a fatal 4-way tag match. The other teams being Kaden Carter and Katana Chance, Emma and Nikki Cross, Dana Brooke and Tegan Knox, and Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae. Meaning that Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green will get the shot against Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. There's too many names, man. I had to keep looking at my notes to see who was all in the match. There's too many names. Oh no. Oh crap. Oh no. Ow. Oh no. Oh. Haha. I got him. Uh-oh. I have to keep looking at my notes. I keep being distracted. No. Ah, blocked him again. Yeah, my ring. Chad Gable, Otis, and Maxine Dupree beat the Viking Raiders in Valhalla. Rhea Ripley beat Natalya to retain the Raw Women's title. Afterwards, Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez came out to save Natalya from a beatdown. Matt Riddle beat Giovanni Vinci. Afterwards, Imperium began attacking Matt Riddle, which led to Drew McIntyre coming down to make the save before staring down with Gunther once again. For the second time in, 3 days? And in the main event, Seth Rollins faced Dominic Mysterio. During the match, Damian Priest attacked Seth Rollins to cause a DQ. Priest looked like he was about to cash in his Money in the Bank briefcase on Seth Rollins right then and there, but then Finn Balor came down and attacked Seth Rollins, which prevented Priest from being able to cash in. This led to a confrontation between Balor and Priest, which gave Seth Rollins enough of an opening to take out Dominic before running off with his title. Once again, you've got Damian Priest, who literally just won the Money in the Bank briefcase, and already this is twice now that he's teased cashing in. I mean, remember when Edge first won? He held it for several months, or it was almost a year, right? That he held it, and then you got people like Carmella, Seth Rollins, people who have held the Money in the Bank briefcase for a really long time, Dolph Ziggler, and it was impactful when they cashed in because there was so much hype around it. They actually built into storylines where it's like, when is he going to cash in, or when are they going to cash in? And they kept teasing it, but now it's just now you're basically just sitting there waiting. It's like, I wonder if they're going to do it this show. It's like, I don't know. It's like, they're probably just going to do it now. He's held it for a week. It's been long enough. Here we go. Oh, crap. Ooh. Come here, Cole. And this should finish him off. On the outside. And moving on to SmackDown. The main thing with SmackDown, the big thing about that show is that the first quarter of the show was dedicated to basically one segment, the trial of Roman Reigns, where basically Roman was basically put up in front of the entire bloodline, where they basically had a vote saying, does Roman deserve to still be the tribal chief, basically? Is he the most dominant member of this group? And if not, who is? Because whoever that person is, they're the new, or they should be the new tribal chief, or whatever. It was basically just the aftermath of the Bloodline Civil War, and basically who's going to be in charge from now on. As a result of it being, as a result of that segment, something that got brought up repeatedly was basically the timing of the rest of the show got thrown off. One, because I believe it's believed that that segment went over a little bit, what it was supposed to, but also the segment went basically virtually uninterrupted by commercials. And when you have the first 30 minutes of a 2-minute, or 30 minutes of a 2-minute show, when you have the first 30 minutes of a 2-hour show basically commercial free, that's a lot of commercial time you gotta make up. And unfortunately the rest of the matches and segments, they were the ones that suffered because, to be fair, yeah, you don't want to interrupt the Bloodline segment, especially since it's just a promo segment. It's not like there's breaks in the match. It's not like a match where there's breaks in it. It's all just basically uninterrupted talking for 30 plus minutes. So you can't really work a commercial break into a segment like that. So anyway, moving on to the segment itself. Basically, yeah, the Usos confronting Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa. Roman Reigns basically said that, you're right, you are the new head of the table, or basically, you beat me, you were the man, basically. He then knelt in front of Jay, put down the Undisputed Universal title in front of him. Uh-oh. Ow. Didn't even need to use my resiliency. Oh, no, you don't. Yes, Roman Reigns kneels in front of Jey Uso and then low blows him. This then leads into a brawl between the Usos going against Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa. The segment ending with Reigns and Solo taking out the Usos and Jimmy being carried off in a stretcher. So that was the first 30 plus minutes of the show, more or less. It was a good way to start it. It really was. And, you know, it's understandable that they don't want to interrupt something like that, because, you know, that was the like most hype part of the show, was that segment. Well, I'm not going to pin him with this, am I? Or beat him with this, I guess. Oh, man. No. Uh-oh. Oh. Oh, come on. Ow. Aha. Moving on with SmackDown, Austin Theory beat Sheamus to retain the US title. Again, the whole John Cena thing for Money in the Bank basically got overlooked and was never brought up again. AJ Styles beat Karrion Kross which was basically a nothing match. I also kind of forgot they were feuding for a bit. Well, that was underwhelming. I honestly didn't even expect to pin him there. The next segment of the night was Asuka coming out to talk, but then getting confronted by all of the top women in the company. Bianca Belair, Charlotte Flair, Miss Money in the Bank Io Sky, and Bayley all came out to confront Asuka, which then led to a massive brawl. Once again, the Money in the Bank holder, this time Io Sky, tried to cash in, but was interrupted by the other women in the ring. Again, you know, it's become predictable now where basically any time the person who has the Money in the Bank briefcase is on screen, you're expecting them to cash in. Or anytime the champion's on screen, you're expecting them to cash in, which takes kind of surprise out when they eventually do cash in. Anyway, moving on to the main event, which was kind of a weird main event. Edge faced Grayson Waller after Edge was a guest on the Waller Effect. Edge won, and what was actually a pretty good match. It was nice to see Grayson Waller get some exposure with someone as high profile as Edge. But, you know, I don't think it will be a match that'll get talked about for too much long after. It was kind of just a weird main event. The whole show kind of just felt a little off, and I do think a lot of that was because of the opening trial of Roman Reigns segment. Kind of just threw everything off, both pacing-wise, time-wise, but also, you know, everything with like commercials and all that. But anyway, that was it for Money in the Bank Raw and SmackDown. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this match. Let me know what you guys thought of this video, what you guys thought of Money in the Bank, Raw and SmackDown. And leave those in the comments below. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I make new videos all the time. Stay tuned for next week's Versus and next week when we continue our Injustice 2 walkthrough. And I think next week might actually be the last episode. If not, it'll be the next week after that. But we're getting close to the end of that series, and I honestly don't know what I'm going to do after that. I have no plans for a future series after that, so I have to figure something out. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. Guy01 and the Hitman, Bret Hart, signing out. Bye, guys.